Study predicts 45% of women will be single by 2030. Yep, you read that right. Let me move the logo for a second so you can all see this. Fair use. It is estimated that 45% of women aged 25 to 44. Folks, how can they be that accurate? How could they be that accurate? Between 25 and 44 is the bulk. Really, between 18 and 25 is women prime years to lock down the best man she can. Because she's at the peak of her fertility and beauty. It doesn't matter what they talk about here. Those are the women who can usually, if they choose right or have a father who can choose for them, can get the maximum out of who they are as women when it comes to a valued man who can appreciate her fertility and beauty. But they're telling you through feminism that a woman in her peak years of being able to be happy in her golden years will be taken away. Ages 25-44 will be single by 2030, according to a study by Morgan Stanley. With the modern dating market, nearly half of women in their childbearing years will be without a male counterpart. There are a few reasons for this prediction. One, women aren't getting married young anymore. We have so many other options for what to do with our lives that getting married is no longer the default option. Now notice, getting married is not a default option for us. But the only marriage that's really celebrated in America now is gay marriage. They're urging gays to get married to each other, lesbians to marry lesbians, homosexuals to marry homosexuals. They're pushing it. Biden just signed a marriage equality bill. But you would think that the government, understanding the damning consequences of us not coming together for the sake of saving the country, that they will be more so pushing marriage between straight men and women. So it's not as if they don't care about marriage. But if you're living in a world in which the elite powers are claiming is overpopulated, you will promote the LGBTQ because a woman and woman cannot have children. So those are the marriages you'll promote. And you'll create a toxic environment to keep man and woman from understanding how important they are to one another. Getting married no longer the default option. As if marriage was an option. Folks, marriage was a necessity at one point. There was one point women and men felt shame. Felt shame if no one wanted them or if no one wanted to marry them. Like, what's wrong with me? Like, what's wrong with me that I see what love is, and I see other couples holding hands and enjoying themselves, right? Bringing forth family. I remember those album books we used to open up. And with those album books, we seen those old black and white pictures they used to use. Poof. I see my grandmother, grandfather in the album book would be passed down from them to us. And we putting our Polaroid pictures in the album book. So when I was growing up, I wanted to know what it's like, right? Like the song states. I wanted to know what that experience was. But now it's only an option, but it's not an option for gay people. It's imperative that the government push marriage for them, but yet dissuade us from doing so by calling this and downplaying it as an option. We're focusing on our careers, she says. We're focusing on our careers. We're going to grad school. We're getting our education. And guess what? We're traveling. Now, can careers, grad school, traveling, can that replace the love that comes with marriage and the companionship that comes with marriage? Well, they would have you believe so. We have our friends. Now, what they're not telling you is that their friends are lonely also. It was this girl named Lauren, this Fox analyst, white woman. She looked almost like this woman here. Blonde hair and everything. Came out and said she don't understand. All of her friends are educated. All of her friends got it going on. They're making their own money. But when they go to these big places where the men they want are, these women are looked over and walked by men they respect and would be willing to give up everything to be with. And these are white women stating this. It was a sports analyst who looks like her. A sports analyst from Fox. And she says, I don't understand. We're beautiful. We look good. What she didn't understand is the things that she've acquired, the men she wants don't care about. Okay? Those men only care about the time she wasted not understanding how to be a wife. The Bible. Is it hard to understand?
When it comes to reading the Bible, the first thing that comes to mind is the fact that this is the Word of God.
The seals have been broken, and the truth is here.
And when we go throughout the scriptures, when we go throughout extra biblical records, we find that the language that God employed, that He used to create the heavens and the earth, was the Hebrew language.
Christ said, I came for the lost sheep of the house of Israel. But yet no one, no religious leader, no religious church out there anywhere can now identify the 12 tribes of Israel. Can we? God is quite simple, but it seems as if man makes understanding Him hard.
What are those mysteries?
The truth of your book. And the truth will make you free. The Hebrew and Bible Academy. You're invited.